All right, I'm here with a couple of patients, Jason and Camille, and they have a story to tell. They've been using essential oils for a few years now, and they just want to share how they've been empowered with their life, especially from a patient perspective. We've had a couple of videos from doctors and scientists that have shown how essential oils work and how to use it in a clinical setting. But we really want to hear, especially as a clinician, how does it affect our patients? So I'm going to turn it over to Jason and Camille. Thank you for doing this with us and joining us. Now, go ahead and just share with us what essential oils have done for your health and for your family.
Well, it's changed everything, honestly. It's changed the way that I've taken care of myself, and then in turn take care of my children, and then in turn eventually take care of my husband. Just because I was looking for a way to more naturally take care of myself and my kids. And then it just kind of evolved from there, honestly, is the way that it all came about. And then bringing him into it, because there was a little bit of resistance.
Yeah, usually husbands are slow down.
I might have been a skeptical husband.
Yeah. So actually about 6 years ago, we actually ended up having back surgery. And so with that gave me an opportunity to then care for him at home. And the best that I could with the tools that I had at the time, it was Deep Blue. That's what I was using on him. So I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. So like we talked, I was the skeptical husband, and I can say now from that incident that I had, I am now definitely a believer, not only in Deep Blue, but many other products. So my personal story with back pain obviously goes well with the chiropractor. Unfortunately, at that point in my life, I didn't have a good chiropractor in my life. I now do, thanks to Dr. Joe. And he's able to keep me in good condition where I never feared having back surgery again. Like there was a time in my life where my surgeon told me, hey, you're going to have get infusion. And now with Dr. Joe's help and the help of essential oils like wintergreen and majoram and Deep Blue and other great ones like that for inflammation, of course, frankincense, and Dr. Joe's help and guidance, I'm able to not worry about that anymore. And that's just one piece of it. The other piece of it is the education that I received from Dr. Joe as far as how addicted I was to over-the-counter pain medication, let alone our society in general. And that really made my heightened awareness of toxins in my body. And I can happily say I'm no longer using any of those with proper chiropractic care from Dr. Joe. And with essential oils, I'm able to not even reach for a bottle like that anymore. I'm more of a little bottle of liquid gold, like a frankincense or something like that. So,
yeah, we see toxic overload as a huge issue in our society, and a lot of it comes from some of the pain medications that we're on, and most people don't realize the issues that we have, and even the addictive nature that a lot of pain medications can be. So tell us a little bit how essential oils have worked into your life and how they've helped replace a lot of the common things that you used to use that you thought were safe, and now you're starting to realize maybe not so safe.
Yeah, so I got
a couple on the top of my head, I guess, and then Camille can chime in. One of the things from a skeptical husband to a believer standpoint is, of course, my kids, right? I talked a little bit about pain medication for myself, but our little boy at the time was maybe 5 or 6, and the physician that we saw was, alternate these over-the-counter medications to reduce the fever. And with Dr. Joe's help, we really understand more about what a fever is in the body and why it's important, and how essential oils can help the body along with that fever in a much more natural way, where it's going to be gone or eliminated from his body so much sooner than prolonging it with over-the-counter medication. To me, that was huge. And then another one would be just skin reactions. But we don't know, like Joe said, we thought they were safe. I bought it from a box store and they should be safe. There's a label on it. And then all of a sudden, one day, my wife goes, aha, it's the laundry detergent that's causing Jaden's rash, right? And we end up now making our own laundry detergent with essential oils and some very common ingredients that we feel are a lot more safer. So those are 2 examples that come to mind.
Yeah. I think, as a mom and a CrossFitter, I have to have a full, highly functioning body. and I have to have a full, highly functioning life. And that can't be brought down with toxins and other things that my body is trying to filter. I've learned that. That was not just something that I was taught.
Yeah.
I've learned this. And so with that, not toxins, not just for what we put in our body, but in our environment. So for me personally, I just started chipping away, because I think when you start thinking about toxins in general, you start to get extremely overwhelmed. And I think that that's a limiting factor for a lot of people, and I'm sure you find the same, that it's like, well, I can't do it all, so I can't do anything. And I think that is a very wide misconception. I think chip away, start with one thing, start with the laundry detergent. That's one thing that we can do. It's so easy, just break it down, make it simple ingredients. I remember when we first got married, I was cleaning his shower that I had moved into the house. And then I remember I was standing in the shower. I had a mask on. I had gloves on. I was on my hands and knees, and my knees were burning. My skin was itching. And I thought, I better hurry up to get this done so that I can get out of here, because I am starting to cough. Why did I think that was okay? Well, that's because that's what culture told me. That's what I'd been taught. That's what I just knew. Now I look back and it's frightening to me. And I'm glad that I am empowered. I'm empowered with resources around me that teach me not only cleaning products, but also just many other things, deodorants, skin care, taking care of the kids. Yes, just the bumps and bruises that we get. CrossFit, just taking care of my muscles, and torn and ripped hands. I mean, it all goes, all goes hand in hand. But now what I see, which is super, super helpful, because I'm not a doctor. I don't understand how it all works in my body. I know it does work. There's something in me that says, well, that's good. But now having, you and so many other doctors around to help guide and provide us with the information of, yeah, that doesn't make sense. And this is why it's not working in your body. This is why it's working against your body. And here's the science behind it. And now we have a solution. And now we can incorporate this way. And I know I still have a ton to learn. I know I do. I know that I don't understand. That's why it's great to have people that do understand how the body works, And so it's good to, yes, have the science and the research, but all too often that goes over my head, and it goes over my friend's head, and it goes over his head. I mean, it goes over our head because we don't have the education. Sure. So that's why it's needed, absolutely needed, to have people that understand how the body works, physically, yes, but, all of the organs and how our body is functioning as one unit. Mm-hmm. The stomach doesn't operate different than the brain.
Right.
And how that works, I know that now, but when you understand, really how that works, and then when you figure out something, when you learn something, when you discover something, then you get to then help me take care of myself, take care of him, take care of my kids. And that is super empowering, just to be able to have that at home.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you talked about a couple of things that I want to just highlight here really quick. One is the need for physicians, chiropractors, medical doctors, really people that understand human physiology and how the body works, that understand also how we've been given this gift from nature that interacts with our body in a miraculous way. And it's not some pseudoscience. It's science and
chemistry.
Exactly, it's pure chemistry, yeah. Right? And we focus on pure, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right? And so that's incredibly important. That's something that we don't have for patients that are looking for an alternative, which shouldn't be alternative, but they're looking for a natural approach to their health, focusing on prevention and not just treatment. Mm-hmm. And so that's a key piece that I think every practicing doctor needs to hear, that patients are crying out for this, that patients are saying, I want this and I don't have anywhere to turn. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big piece. And then also with that is we need to lead our patients with that. It's like you were saying, our society is so accepting of, I just buy this from the store so it's safe. And there are times where patients have this aha moment of, my skin shouldn't be burning. I'm taking a shower in this. I'm breathing this in, especially when the water gets warm and it starts to vaporize these chemicals. And so a lot of times we need to realize this is what's happening to our patients. And we don't even stop and think, this is why they're coming to see me. These are causes of their pain, of their dysfunction, whatever's going on, their allergies, so many things that are dysfunctional.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a big piece. And tying in with that then is how, as a doctor, how do we find our education and empower ourselves to then empower our patients, and take that from this high level, hard to understand for most people, unless you went to school for 8 years.
Exactly.
How do you take that and put it in a way that it's empowering so that it's applicable to you? And so what role do you see as doctors playing into educating you? What role should a doctor play in that?
So something comes to my mind, so I'll go first and we can add to it. When Camille was referring to, your body works as a system, I went through a journey with digestive health where my stomach was cramping. I just didn't feel good. And Joe mentioned allergies. And I had been seeing Joe at this time and was helping out with my back, like I mentioned earlier. However, I went to an allergy doctor for my allergies. And he went through some tests, a series of tests, which cost quite a bit of money, and then was basically said, here's some drugs that you can take. Because of where in life stand in our health, we're like, I don't really feel like drugs is going to be the route I want to go. And one day I was getting adjusted, and actually in this very room, and Dr. Joe gave me some breathing. He's like, it doesn't sound like you're breathing that right. What's going on? And so I told my story a little bit, not in the fact that I thought he was going to be able to help me, because I didn't understand the facet of his business and his care. And he was like, there's a lot of things that we can do with oils. Now, I have lots of oils at home, but I didn't know how to use them properly, right? And I didn't really understand that my allergies was probably being caused by something I was eating, not something in the air, right? And with Dr. Joe's help for that, and then also on staff here at the clinic, he has a nutritional therapist. I was really able to understand what I was eating and how that affected my body, not only from a toxin standpoint, since it's sugar, but more of like a trigger standpoint as well. What was triggering the way I felt? And that was something that really helped me out of understanding my intake, and then also what oils I can use to self-support the symptoms to alleviate them naturally, rather than just putting a drug to it.
So for me, I guess from my perspective, what I see is, we can only be in the office in here with you for so long. And then it's our responsibility to then transition what you teach us at home. And unless we're empowered with the information, which is what you can provide, but then the tools that we can use once we are home, you can only do so much here.
Right. Yep.
It's our responsibility as patients to do the hard work, to do the things that you're asking us to do. Now, there's going to be times that, it's like, my shoulder's killing me. I can't figure out what's going on. And through conversation, you can bring awareness to something that might be going on in my body that I was not aware of. So then I can go home and I can make changes. I can make adjustments to the way I'm sleeping. There might be something else going on, in my life, emotionally even, that I can have things to help support me. And if you don't know that, right, like if you're not empowered with those tools and the education and the research of how my body works and the solutions that we have to come alongside that, then I'm just going to be fighting an uphill battle, basically. So that's my perspective of it is, you're constantly, you're like, you're my check-in, right? Like you're my person that's keeping me accountable.
Sure.
So how's that therapy going at home?
Right.
Like, how are those exercises going? How's your oil application going? If I didn't have anyone like that, to keep me on point, I would go backwards. And I don't want to do that, because you talked about, the reactive. I'm not a reactive individual. I'm very much a proactive individual, and I don't want to be caught in the reactive situation. So the more that you can help me bring awareness to in conversation, hey, you're doing this. This I see is going on with you. Let's go ahead and take care of an issue that might be kind of stewing here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's help eliminate it before it's a larger thing. Because I think, wellness, to me, my definition is proactive.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
So we'll be having several people watching this video, both clinicians, patients, of doctors, and we're stuck in this society that has lost hope that we can have a quality of life for a long period. Not just, in my 20s and maybe part of my 30s, I can enjoy life. And then I'm just starting to get old and have aches and pains. What would you say from your experience of using essential oils, being educated on essential oils? What would you say to give anybody watching this, to give them hope that there is something out there that can not just treat them and constantly be a treatment, but actually give them the quality of life that all of us are looking for?
Well, never ask a girl her age if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm not asking her age. No.
But I am 36 years old, and I am healthier today than I was at 20. I'm unfortunately probably healthier today at 36 than I was at 16, which can give people so much hope in the fact of I'm aging, but I'm only getting better. I'm getting stronger. I feel like, if I do get injured in any way, or if I come down with something, just in the environment that I'm around, when I have 3 kids, we're gonna have some sniffles. I bounce back from that so much faster because my body is in, as much as I possibly can, in an extremely balanced situation. So even though I am getting older, I feel like, oils have just made my body just in a situation in which I'm just healthier. And I know that it's just begun. That's the other piece of it, is I am such a novice. There might be people that, look at the way that I use oils and have incorporated oils into our life and say, wow, you guys really know what you're doing. And I quickly come back with, I actually feel like I'm just scratching the surface. And I feel like research has scratched the surface. And you guys have started, scratching the surface as doctors and incorporating into clinics. And that is so important. We've just scratched the surface here.
Yes.
I feel like 10 years from now, I can't wait to look back at even this video and say, wow, look what we've learned. And look how much more empowered we are. And look how much healthy we are. Not just us as a family, but us, as a community and as a nation. I feel like if we keep on this track and if there are more clinicians that are getting educated and are opening, the doors to, oh, wait, we do have these things right at our fingertips. We just need the incorporation. I feel like it's only going to get better. We've only scratched the surface, honestly. And I'm so excited for more and more clinicians and more families and more homes to feel what we've felt with empowerment and only getting better.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree with everything she said, and I can talk for hours. I'll sum up my comments into one. Pain starts with you. I was once a person that I didn't think I was addicted to. I was addicted to over and over drugs. And those types of things masked a lot of my symptoms and my feelings. And I can say, like Camille, I'm 37, and I hands down, I've never felt this good in my life. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, you name it. And the big thing for me is I'm more aware of my body than I have ever been before. And that's thanks to essential oils and Dr. Joe. And I'm excited because I agree. We just scratched the surface and we couldn't even get to the surface. Yeah. It's like there's so much more to learn and so much more to apply. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And we as patients can only drive it so far. That's where I feel like, in clinics is where it, that's scratching the surface too. But as soon as you guys are empowered, it just gets wider. The education gets more expansive. And so that's just super exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. And just like you were saying, it takes this groundswell from patients wanting it and needing it and saying, this has to happen. And then taking it to, all right, now we have the legitimacy that these doctors are recommending it. And now instead of you as the husband taking a couple of years to get on board with what your wife's trying to tell you to do, now because my doctor said it, oh, of course I'm going to do it. Yeah. And so that's going to be, I think, the next big step in scratching the surface. We are, because it's from a lot of individuals that don't necessarily understand the depth of science and the quality of essential oil usage. And so we take that to those who understand that, and that's going to expand not just the reach of natural healthcare, but it's going to completely, radically alter the face of our environment, the face of our society, and the health of our children and generations to come.
This is generational.
So it is.
Super exciting.
It is. Yeah. So thank you for your time. Really appreciate you sharing your message, and really it's a message of hope that others can see this is how it has impacted me, my family, and the community around me. And we just want to keep spreading that message of hope. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.